If you struggle with rejection, I promise you are not alone. I used to always take rejection so personally and measure it up against my worth. I thought if I didn't get that job, that opportunity, or that person didn't like me back, then it had something to do with me. Something was wrong with me. When inherently it had nothing to do with me, nothing to do with my self-worth. It had everything to do with the fact that that opportunity, relationship, friendship wasn't aligned with my highest good. And I realised that rejection is actually redirection and protection. On this channel, it's all about motivating you, encouraging you to become the best version of yourself, and just being your authentic self without any apologies. So if that sounds like your vibe, I would love if you could like and subscribe. So as you can see, it's lovely and sunny outside, so I was taking full advantage of recording outside and just enjoying the sunshine, because we don't get this a lot in the UK and the skies are blue and beautiful. I'm going to go through a few situations where I've experienced rejection, how it felt at the time, and how I worked through it, and how I approach that mindset now. So the first type of rejection, which is all too real for me right now, I am currently looking for a job and trying to find opportunities on all these websites, and there's so many people going for jobs at this time. The market isn't brilliant, and when you put in so much work into your CV and you send out so many applications, it can feel so disappointing and so demoralizing when you either don't hear back, you get ghosted by people, so people will reach out to you and go, I'm going to put you forward for this opportunity, and then they just don't respond to you, which personally I think is really rude, because you've put all that effort in and that time in to speak to that recruiter or that person, and bloody hair, and they just haven't got back to you. And it says a lot more about that person, and again, it probably isn't anything personal. They probably got a lot of workload going on, and maybe it slipped their mind, or they just forgot, or you just weren't the right fit for the position. And although it sucks, you can feel at the time like, this is so rude, I'm so annoyed by this is so frustrating, why does this keep happening, why do I keep coming up to this wall where I keep putting myself out there and I just keep getting rejected, application after application after application. And it's hard not to get stuck in that mindset, and it's hard not to take it personally, because you're putting yourself out there, you're putting out your own personal CV with your skills, and when you don't hear anything back, you're just like, oh, for Christ's sake, like, what now, like, what can I do anymore, like, what else can I do to get opportunities to come towards me? And I was there literally under a month ago. I was there thinking, oh my goodness, like, there's nothing ever going to come up. I'm not going to be able to pay for my bills in a few months' time. I'm going to end up homeless, which obviously it's not going to happen because I'm putting the work in. But you can't help but go through those spirals. But one thing I realised when meeting with a careers advisor, nowadays with AI, they actually look for keywords. So it would have nothing to do with your CV. Any CV you put forward, if it's the case that you didn't get a response, it's not necessarily anything to do with your CV. If your skills match, it could be that actually you don't have certain keywords that they look for, and that's nothing to do with you, and that's not your fault. But that is actually sometimes how recruiters use their systems to have a smaller pool of candidates. They'll use keywords, and from those keywords they'll bring those people in. And a good important thing that I've learned as well, always put on your CV if you have a driving license. So always put on there full UK driving license, because before meeting with a careers advisor, I didn't realise how relevant that was. Some places only hire you if you have a full driving license, and it can really affect you getting that opportunity. And obviously a lot of places don't mind if you do public transport and everything, but sometimes having a driving license and putting that on your CV at the end is actually really, really handy. So after all those moments of getting frustrated, getting burnt out from applying for jobs, thinking that I had to apply for 20 jobs in one day, I actually took a step back and I was like, what am I doing? Why am I applying for that job? It doesn't align. It doesn't align with me. And what is the point of putting myself forward for it when my skills don't match up? It was just me going, I just need to apply, I just need to apply, I just need to apply. And then again, I wouldn't hear back. But actually, rather than thinking to myself, now, I didn't hear back from those jobs because there's something wrong with my CV or something wrong with me, I would look at it as, do you know what? Those jobs weren't aligned for me. So actually, thank God they're out of my way. They wouldn't have been what I needed in the future. And I don't know if you believe in the universe. I definitely do. I believe that the universe will remove things from your life, or situations or blockages in your path, so that you can be more aligned with opportunities, and more opportunities that are aligned to you will come up towards you. So the next time you apply for a job and you put so much effort in and you feel yourself getting all frustrated because you don't hear back, remember, it has nothing to do with you. It's not you. It's just you're not aligned for that specific role. It's not to do with your worth. Next time you have an interview or a second stage interview and you don't hear back, or you don't get through, Just remember, keep going. It's again nothing to do with you. It just means you don't fit that company, you may not fit the culture, or it might just be that your skills don't align with what they're looking for. And it's better to realise that early on than go into an opportunity that actually doesn't work out for you, and then you're back on the job search again 3 months later because you either didn't like the company, or it was too much, too fast, too soon, or you just found that actually it wasn't what you were expecting. Remember, rejection is protection. Rejection is redirection. It's not anything to do with you. The next thing I find that a lot of us fall victim to is the fear of rejection in relationships. So you could be putting yourself out there on the dating apps. You could be going out in public, waiting to meet that person, and you meet someone and you get to know them, and all of a sudden they ghost. That's very common nowadays, unfortunately. People ghost all the time, and it's not right, it's not okay. It's actually really, really rude, but like recruiters, they will just ghost you. You will have a lovely date and you think it's great, and then the next day they'll block you, they'll delete you, they'll remove your number, they'll remove your profile, and you just think to yourself, like, what the hell is going on? Like, I thought it went really well. But again, we naturally go to our own self-worth. We naturally question, what have I done wrong? But it has nothing necessarily to do with you. It could be that, for example, you go on the date, you thought it went really well, but that person went, actually, I'm not in the stage of my life to be able to give you what you need and what you want, and rather than telling you like an adult, I'm just going to delete you and block you because it's easier. And the way I look at things like this now, I look at it as, good riddance, perfect. I'd rather you remove yourself from my life early on than me have to question myself in the future when you can't raise up to my standard, and then rather than telling me that, you do it 5 months down the line where you can remove yourself, and that makes me question myself even more because you've built even more of a connection. So it's so much better that it happens early on, even though it sucks, even though you feel frustrated and you're like, how the hell can we go from such a good date to absolutely nothing and you just ghosted me? How rude is that? And it is rude and it isn't okay. But again, it has nothing to do with you. It's not a rejection towards you. It's them own issues within themselves that they're not willing to address, and they can't address the situation up front. The problem is people use the mentality, or have the mentality of, I don't owe you anything. I don't owe you that communication or closure. And okay, to a certain extent, that is true. People don't owe you anything. But when you're a loyal person, you find that type of thing really difficult to comprehend and understand. Better to know that sort of thing early on so they remove themselves, so you don't have to question yourselves. Because again, it could redirect you from a situation where you would have felt drained, you would have questioned yourself, they would have been avoidant, they would have done the hot and cold behaviour, and you would have gone through this whole circus. But by them doing that so early on, you don't have to go through that. You're being pushed away from that and moved on to something more aligned for you. And if you feel deeply, it's really hard because you do connect with someone and you think, oh, we get on really well. And when they do something like that, you think, oh my God, like something that I've done, like, have I done something? And to be honest, it could be that they just don't like. And just a little reminder that anyone in your life that loves you and wants to be there will be there. They're not just going to get up and leave you. They're not going to just disappear. And anyone that wants to disappear, let them go. Let them do it. They're going to miss out on a great opportunity with an amazing person. And that is a real shame. The whole great thing about this is you'll miss out on the opportunity with that person which you thought would have been great because you made up that situation in your head. But when you meet someone that's aligned with you, when you meet someone that doesn't play games, doesn't ghost you, doesn't make you question your self-worth, doesn't make you feel like you're going crazy or like you're asking for too much, you'll go to yourself, wow, like, was I really setting for that bare minimum? Like, was I really thinking that that was all I deserved? And then you'll thank the heavens that you didn't deal with that person, that that person took themselves out of your life, that they removed themselves from your life. But let's not get it twisted. When these things happen, when you get rejected, whether it's from one date, whether it's from a year in a relationship, whether it's from a few dates and they just disappear, or they say that they don't want to be with you anymore, it hurts. It's like a dagger to the heart. It's uncomfortable, it's painful, it doesn't feel nice. And again, you go to that deep full mindset of, have I done something wrong? What's wrong with me? But what I want you to do from now on is when someone removes themselves out of your life, when someone chooses to leave, that is on them. That will most likely be everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. Of course, nobody's perfect. We're all going to make mistakes. But if they can't communicate that to you and then they just leave, then they're not for you anyway. Someone that's going to leave you and get up and go when the times get hard or they fear to communicate, that's not the right person for you, and you know you deserve someone like that. And if they're not reaching you at that level, which is the bare minimum, then they don't deserve to be in your beautiful life. They don't deserve to be there. It's good they're taking themselves out of the equation, but you deserve to meet someone that makes you feel secure, that doesn't make you question yourself or your self-worth, and meets you where you're at in life. Not someone that's going to make you feel the opposite and anxious and overwhelmed, because when you're feeling anxious around someone, you don't realize it at the time, and I never used to realize it at the time, but it's usually a sign that they're not right for you. It could be that they are emotionally unavailable, it could be that they just aren't that into you. So rather than fighting it, just let it flow and let it happen, and the signs and answers will come up for themselves. And the last topic I'm going to cover is something that I've experienced throughout my content creation, and a lot of people might find that from this it'll put them off posting more videos, and it might be that their mindset goes into, oh, actually they might be true, and that is comments, hateful comments. The way I see hateful comments, they are people that have the audacity to write a little message on your post because they think, do you know what, I'm going to bring this person down. Because I don't know about you, let's be real, if you have someone in your life that you love and appreciate and you're confident and secure in yourself, you're not going to put anyone down. You're not going to make them feel less of themselves. You're going to want to raise them up. You're going to want to go, do you know what, I'm impressed by you, how can I learn? And that is the difference. Confident people that believe in themselves, believe in their own abilities, and don't have jealousy and the need to make people come down to their level, they are going to help you rise, or they're at least going to support you, or they're just going to watch the video and pass along. They're going to think to themselves, oh, actually, do you know what, I'm going to put a comment on there just because I think it's going to make their day worse. And the thing is as well, people that leave negative comments, they're obviously not putting it on there for the intention of brightening up your day. They're trying to bring you down. So again, they're trying to bring you down to their level because they're already down there and they obviously don't feel great about themselves, and you're going out and doing things, and you're probably doing things that they've always wanted to do but were too scared to do. So now there's an element of jealousy, and they're thinking to themselves, do you know what, rather than actually appreciating the fact that they're raising themselves up to that level and having the mentality of how do I get there, they're looking at it as that's competition. Oh, they're raising themselves up. Because I know it's not easy to put yourself out there. It is scary. And anyone that wants to progress in life, anyone that wants to do well in life and wants to achieve, you need to do that. You need to pass through that barrier. But some people are just willing to sit on the sidelines and hate on the people that are willing to go up to that level for whatever insecurities they have that they can't get there, or they don't want to do it. They put excuses in the way and blockers in the way, and rather than looking at that person and going, if they can do it, I can do it, they look at it as, oh, they're doing that, why are they doing that? Comments have everything to do with them and nothing to do with you. Because I'm telling you now, I'd never hate on someone's post. I'd never look at someone and go, why are they doing that? Or I'd never comment something negative on someone's page, because everyone's on their own journey and it's none of my business. First get a comment, when you first receive something like that, it can feel like, wow, that's really mean. Like, should I do this? Should I put myself out there? Like, you start questioning yourself a little bit and going, oh my goodness, like, maybe they are right. Maybe the haters are going to win and actually they're right. We're not going to let the haters win. We're not going to let the bullies bring us down. That's what they want. Because I guarantee if you stop posting and it's something you really enjoy, first of all, you're actually stopping yourself from doing something fun that brings you joy into your day. And then the haters are just winning and they'll go, oh, see, they've given up and they've got what they wanted. You know what? I'm going to dull their sparkle, and that's exactly what they've done. And they've stopped you. So don't stop doing it. Don't stop putting yourself out there. You're going to get hate comments. People are not going to like you. People aren't going to vibe with you. And you know what? That's fine. They're not your people. They're not people to be part of your tribe, part of what you want to build in life. They're not going to be part of it. And I guarantee in 5 years' time, Joe Blogs who comment on your post about it not being good enough or this, that and the other, you're not going to remember them. When you become successful, you're not going to remember them. You're going to thank them and go, do you know what? Thank you so much for that hate comment, because actually, first of all, it, another view, another engagement. But second of all, actually, your hate comment encouraged me to keep going. Again, the more you try and take the personal side of it out, the more you'll realise, actually, I'm going to carry on doing my thing. I'm going to carry on moving forward. Their comment has everything to do with them, nothing to do with me. And kind of try to laugh about it. That's what I try and do now. I just try and laugh about it. I go, oh, okay, fair enough, you put that comment on my post and whatever. Like, it doesn't ruin my day. But do you know what? You've engaged with my page, and clearly something on my page brought enough attention to you that you felt like you had to put a comment on there. And fine, great, but I'm not going to be bothered by it. In a week's time, I'm not going to remember who you are. So I just put a comment on my post. And do you know what? Thank you. Thank you very much. So remember, your self-worth is not to do with anyone else. Your self-worth is yours. You decide who comes into your life. If someone leaves, let them go. If a job doesn't come along for you, let it go. Other things are coming. Better things always come along. Your plan is sometimes not as amazing as a plan that's meant for you. So just let things come towards you. Try not to take rejections as personally, because like I've explained in this video, it's not anything personal, it's not anything to do with you, it's just not right for you, and it's being removed for the right reasons. I hope you have a lovely rest of your week and a great rest of your day, and ciao for now, Bellas.